we see a lot of orchestras folding. We see a lot of orchestras struggling financially. I think a lot of it has to do with how people perceive the orchestra. I think there is a new movement going on in Los Angeles where Gustavo Dudamel, a very exciting 30-something-year-old conductor from Venezuela, he's really bringing in a lot of energy to the Los Angeles Phil. And I think, you know, that's one thing. How do you flip it so that it becomes very exciting to the audience? I have to say, Vancouver Symphony went through a really golden period, especially in 1978, 1979. This was probably by far one of the best times. I remembered VSO had about 50,000 subscribers alone, and people were always wanting to get the symphony tickets. People were always wanting to go to the symphony. It was the thing to do. And I think this kind of creation of how to encourage people to come out, it's a real key challenge. I do see a lot of unfortunate situations where, as you know, the Philadelphia Orchestra went through a bankruptcy, Honolulu Symphony went bankrupt, they closed down, Syracuse Symphony closed down. Of course, we see a lot of negativity, but I always want to concentrate on the positive side, because I've seen maybe at least a dozen orchestras who had surpluses, who made extra revenues, there was one orchestra which had 100% increase in attendance. So there are positive signs, and it's just finding the right channel and understanding what the market is out there. This 10th anniversary is actually going to be a very interesting season, I think. We have about 6 or 7 concerts lined up for the season. Our first concert, which is our opening concert, which used to be our traditional annual concert, is now our opening concert. And this season we decided to do a work that features 4 of the musicians from the orchestra. So we have a violinist, a cellist, oboist, and a bassoonist, and they're all going to play together through a wonderful work called the Haydn Symphony Concertante. And so we're really looking forward to that. This is a big change for us this year because we have a new addition of faculties. This year I'm really pleased that Mr. Akira Nagai from the Vancouver Symphony has decided to join as one of the mentor concertmasters. And in addition to our concertmaster, Dominic Wu, I think it's going to make an excellent team. We have Adrian Chu leading from the VSO in the second violin. We have Stephen Wilk leading the violas. And we have Christian Marcos leading the cello, and Kenneth Friedman from the all from the VSO leading the major sections of the orchestra. So really, it is a mentorship kind of orchestra, and I think it has a lot of potential. And this year, we programmed something that's going to be exciting. We also see an expansion in our programming. We will be doing a pop concert, and we're doing something a little bit interesting, so not commonly done. We're inviting a group from Quebec called Le Nord du Vent, which means basically North Winds. And they're going to come and play and sing basically a lot of the French music with the orchestra, and popular. And I think it's going to be an absolute success, because I think this is what Vancouver needs. It needs a little bit more of a variety of music. We can't always be playing the same thing, Haydn, Mozart, always. We have to, do a little bit more expansion. Also, this is a great year because we've gotten some funds to encourage our composer in residence, Alain Mirand, to compose some new commissions for the orchestra. I think Alain has done a tremendous job over the last 3 years. I think he has gained a lot of insights from the orchestra being in this position. He has learned tremendously a lot. So I think this is a very interesting year, because I think this year you're going to see the orchestra expand, not only by the number of members in the orchestra, but what kind of music we're playing. I think we're going to be getting out of this little Beethoven, Mozart, Mendelssohn kind of period, and sort of getting into a little bit more of the Stravinsky or the Brahms. I think this is wonderful for the orchestra, because it gives us a little taste of everything. So our opening concert will be on September the 9th. This will be our 10th anniversary opening concert. We are going to be performing at the Michael J. Fox Theatre, which has been pretty much the home for the Vancouver Metropolitan Orchestra. We will be performing at 2 p.m. and there will be a pre-concert talk at 1:30. And I think this is going to be a very exciting year, because we're going to have 4 members from the orchestra play Haydn Symphony Concertante. In addition, our composer in residence is going to have a brand new piece written just for the 10th anniversary. And we're going to do Beethoven Symphony No. 7, which I think is a phenomenal work. It's one of the most exciting works of Beethoven. And I think the audience is going to feel tremendously excited by the energy of this orchestra. So this is a year that I really hope that everybody comes out and celebrates our 10th anniversary.